Magic the Gathering is a game that features a vast and continuous multiverse of stories set across countless planes and that incorporates numerous themes. One of those themes is horror. With the beginning of October, so begins our countdown to Halloween. 30 days, 30 decks, 30 different creatures of the night, all culminating with a special 31st episode on Halloween Day itself. For those of you with a profound fascination of the macabre, I invite you to join me on this venture through 30 days of night. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm MTG Budget Brew, and welcome to 30 Days of Night. In honor of this series' namesake, the very first spooky creature that we are going to build around are vampires. All of these decks will be budget decks, and so the 4 rares that I've chosen for our Vampire Tribal deck is actually a land. It is Voldaren Estate. It's a land that says tap, add a colorless, or tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a vampire spell, or you can pay 5 mana, tap this created blood token. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each vampire you control. The vampires that we're running are Vampire of the Dire Moon, Voldaren Epicure, Adanto Vanguard, Dusk Legion Zealot, Legion Lieutenant, Vampire Socialite, Markov Baron, Stromkirk Captain, Blood Researcher, Thirsting Bloodlord, and Nightveil Predator. If you notice, I named this deck Wooburg Vampires, and that's because we do have a vampire in each of the 5 colors. And to help us cast that, we have not only Voldaren Estate as part of our mana base, but we have Ancient Ziggurat, which taps to add any color as long as you spend it on a creature spell. And we're also running Secluded Courtyard and Unclaimed Territory, which both allow you to choose a creature type, and then these lands will tap to add 1 mana of any color for that specific creature type. This deck is just about as pure Vampire Tribal as you can get. Our deck is 44 creatures, 0 non-creatures, 16 lands. And surprisingly, it works very well. Because all of our lands tap for every color, as long as we open with about 2 lands, we're normally fine, but we do have a little bit of draw with Dusk Legion Zealot, the blood tokens from Voldaren Epicure, and also Markov Baron is a huge card in this deck. It helps out a ton because this card has Convoke. This says your creatures can help you cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. This really helps fix our curve on turns where we're a little bit stuck on lands. If we go to my untapped account and then go as far back into our sets as we can, which is OTJ, we can see the last time I played this deck, which was over 1 year ago, and I went 2-0. That's a really small sample size, but Untapped only keeps stats for decks for 2 years, I believe. So whenever I first made the deck, it was clearly from a set that was prior to OTJ, and I'm telling you, it performed very, very well. And you know, I don't have to convince you of that right now because we're gonna hop into some games and you can see for yourself. All right, guys, here we are in game number 1. We have 2 lands in our opening hand, and that is good enough. We're gonna keep this. Turn 2, we're going to play Vampire Socialite, and even if we don't draw into another land in the next 2 turns, we will still be able to cast our Markov Baron because of its Convoke ability. It is, oh dude, Markov Baron is really the card that makes this deck. It is so amazing. All right, Ancient Ziggurat goes down, Vampire Socialite comes out, we take 1, no big deal. Now, if he has removal, he's playing mono red, if he has a removal spell for Vampire Socialite right now, we will be in a bad spot. So we're just gonna hope he doesn't. That's not removal. Easy day. Ooh, and we find another land anyway. I think we're just gonna play out the Stromkirk Captain instead then. That can lead to us having a more explosive turn next turn. If we find a 1-drop, we could like play that and then still get the Markov Baron down. And this is a Vampire Lord, so we'll buff our whole board. Yeah, I think getting the Captain out now is the better play. And Stromkirk Captain gives all of our vampires +1/+1 and first strike. The first strike is really, really nice to have. Opponent plays out a second Cavalcade of Calamity and a Goblin Javelineer. They can't really swing here. They could swing the Javelineer, and if we block with our Captain, if we block the Javelineer with our Captain, they could have held back the Firebrand. Let's see. I think I just blocked the Firebrand. I could be really, really greedy here. We're at 13. I could go Blood Researcher into Markov Baron here, but it taps down our board to do it. But now we have a 3/3 with lifelink over here. I think we're set up pretty well. I can't imagine they have a way to kill us. Torbran does a lot of damage, but he doesn't swing. That's great for us. Voldaren Estate comes down. I could buff our board more, or we could get a Nightveil Predator down. I think we're going to go with the Thirsting Bloodlord. If Markov Baron is a 4/4 first strike, they can't chump it with Torbrand. I think that's really good. Okay, they're going to double block Stromkirk Captain. Definitely going to kill the Torbrand. Set our opponent down to 3. We gain a life from the Markov Baron. That puts a counter on Blood Researcher. Oh, very good. We're looking fantastic. This is a good game 1. Play Goblin Ringleader, Fanatical Firebrand. They swing. Get a bunch of Cavalcade Calamity triggers. Block the 2/2. We go down to 11. Opponent says, good game. And we'll just swing for lethal. No need to BM by playing more creatures. All right, good first game. It was a solid showing. All right, here we are in game number 2. Opening hand is a little bit rough. If we had just one more land, I would take it for sure. This hand is like so close to being usable. I'm gonna mulligan because it's smarter. Keep 6, toss back the Thirsting Bloodlord. Our opponent's running a deck with like 92 cards for some unknown reason, and they don't even have Yorion as a companion. Getting the draw is probably smarter. I just hope he doesn't have a blocker. I was going to play Adanto Vanguard first because Vampire Socialite says, when this creature enters, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each other vampire you control. And it also says, as long as an opponent lost life this turn, each other vampire you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So we wanted something to be able to swing with before we got down the Vampire Socialite. I think we just play out the Stromkirk Captain here. Playing against Mono White Angels, this is going to be a tough match. Second Righteous Valkyrie, it's scary. Next turn, both of these will be online. We might just lose this next turn, if I'm being honest. Because next turn when they play a creature, they're going to gain life equal to that creature's toughness, but they're going to gain double because they have 2 Righteous Valkyries. And then once they have at least 27 life, their whole board's going to get +4/+4. That is not a creature. That is a Book of Exalted Deeds. That is massive for us. There's hope yet, actually. We could Voldaren Epicure into Vampire Socialite, and I think that's the move. Oh, it's so nice. This synergy. We deal 1 damage. Vampire Socialite comes down, gives a +1/+1 counter to all of our other vampires, and now we can swing 4/4s at his Righteous Valkyrie. They're big enough to contest it. He eats the 12 damage, goes down to 8. As long as he doesn't have a board wipe, dude, we're in the money. We're in the clear, I think. Gains 2 life there. I think you only need 3, right? Me, Ransep, you gain 3 or more life. You create a 3/3 White Angel creature token from Book of Exalted Deeds. This destroyed one of our Stromkirk Captains. We just play Honor, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, draw a card. That's a nice card, actually. I'll need to remember this whenever I next make a Selesnya +1/+1 counter deck. That's real nice. Honestly, I might just throw that in just like random mono white decks that I have. I'm gonna use the blood token. I'm going to ditch one of the Adanto Vanguards. Hit a Voldaren Estate. Free. He can't trade with anything on our board. So I'm gonna swing out. All right, he's gonna take 9. And now we can play Vampire Socialite, buff our board again. And, ooh, I can make a blood token. Don't mind if I do. Okay, next turn, we can just drop the Thirsting Bloodlord, and now our whole board is 5/5s. That's gotta be game. That's gotta be it. Okay, it's gonna exile something. Stromkirk Captain. Feels bad. We lose our first strike. He just foretold. That's probably a Doomscar. Do I want to play around that? No, if he wipes the board, then he wipes the board. It is what it is. We're gonna play We're gonna play the Thirsting Bloodlord. We're gonna swing out. We'll set him down to 1. If he board wipes us, then we reset with Nightveil Predator or Vampire Socialite and Adanto Vanguard. This says you can pay 4 life to give it indestructible until end of turn. Which is why I thought about playing it last turn into the board wipe. But in case it was Starnheim Unleashed, then this was better. All right, man, this has been a long, tough game. Swing, there's no way he swings here. He swung in to get 3 damage. That's crazy. I think we're dead. I think we lose. What could I top deck here that would help? I think I need another Lord. I will ditch Adanto Vanguard. We need to hit like Markov Baron. It's not it. 4/4, 4/4, 4/4. All these. All right, we swing everything except for the Bloodlord. It's 16 damage. 2 of our creatures have Menace, which makes it more annoying for him to block. Dusk Legion Zealot will... Oh. get blocked by the Righteous Valkyrie. And then that's just game. That was a good game. I normally hate playing against mono white angels, but that was a good game. Yeah, honestly, I'm not at all upset about our performance in that last game. Because, dude, we went second, which you don't want to do against life gain, and we had a mulligan down to 6 cards as well. Like, we put up a great fight. Hello, opponent. All right, here we are on game number 3. Opening hand is looking phenomenal. Turn 1, Vampire of the Dire Moon. Turn 2, we probably go Legion Lieutenant, save the Vampire Socialite buff for later. And then we have the Markov Baron to follow up at some point as well. Opponent's playing with 63 cards for some reason. He's going to make us discard something. That's really annoying. I hate turn 1 Thoughtseize, and because of that, I'm going to mute this guy. I really hate turn 1 Thoughtseize. It's so fucking annoying. All right, he made us discard a Vampire Socialite, play out another Unclaimed Territory, and then I think we're just going to get down this Markov Baron. Ooh, he is running zombies. Okay. If I go Lieutenant, I can still get out the other Markov Baron this turn. Will it let me choose how to tap? I would have preferred to tap down the Legion Lieutenant. Wait. Yeah, wait. Why didn't it tap down the Legion Lieutenant? That's stupid. We just missed out on 3 damage. He's swinging this at us. What does it say? When this creature dies, if it wasn't a demon, returns to the battlefield under its own control. 2+++ counters on it. It's a demon. Okay. Yeah, he swung his Decade at us, gave us 4 life. That's nice. Now we're in the money. All right, we're going to swing out here. He can't contest our board at all. So he's going to take a bunch of damage here. We're going to drop the Vampire Socialite, and our board is going to become 5/5 vampires. The Infernal Vessel, that's cute. It's coming back 4/3, adorable. Here are my 5/5s. And make a blood token, just because. All right, we're looking good. As long as he doesn't board wipe us, we're chilling. What? Nice. He's running Gift of Fangs. I appreciate it. I'll block the 2/2. I think that's just game. I think that's him giving up. Gift of Fangs. I appreciate it. Let's swing out. And that was a really quick game 3. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. What is this, game 4? Opening hand. Beautiful. We got turn 1 into turn 2 play. Got 2 lands. That's all we need. Opponent has Azorius colors, at least. I think I'm going to play the Adanto Vanguard. A swing, deal 1. And then next turn, if we don't find a land, we'll just play Legion Lieutenant. If we do find a land, Stromkirk Captain can come down. If we do hit the land, I will go for the Stromkirk. He does stick. That is impressive. Connect for 6. Opponent goes down to 12. Gonna play an Urza's Incubator. Okay. See what creature type he chooses. Human. Okay. How much damage do we have? We can set him down to 1. I'm just gonna play out the Dusk Legion Zealot. Swing. We set him to 4 instead of setting him to 1. But I think that's fine. He either board wipes or he doesn't, right? Nightclub Bouncer. Flash. When this creature enters, return target non-land permanent opponent controls to its owner's hand. It perpetually gains this spell. Costs 2 more to cast. Okay. Stromkirk Captain comes back to our hand. Venser, 2/2 flash. When it enters, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Okay. Well, that was fine. I mean, I think I'll just play out the Dusk Legion Zealots and the Adanto Vanguard. No attacks, end the turn. We should be all right. We have 4 lands already, which is really good. The next turn, this is gonna be really annoying. Anyway, I was gonna say next turn we can start dropping lords on him. Ooh, Nightveil Predator is really good. If this sticks, it didn't get countered. Like I said, if that sticks, we should be able to win the game just from the Predator, because he won't be able to bounce that to our hand like he's been doing with the Nightclub Bouncer. Spirited Simulacrum, 4-mana 2/1. When it's entered, seek a land card, put on the battlefield, tap on this creature, leaves the battlefield, seek a non-land card. Okay, this should be game. Even if he has counter spells, I don't think any of them are for creatures because we haven't seen anything stick. We haven't seen him get priority. So I will go for the Legion Lieutenant here. That's priority. Can he counter a creature? Go to combat. Does he have something with flash maybe? There goes a Nightveil Predator. Going to damage. And that's good game. That's what I'm talking about, dude. He definitely had some kind of other bounce effect, but Nightveil Predator's hexproof was too strong. Too strong, baby. Actually, you know, if he did have a bounce effect, he could have bounced Legion Lieutenant back to our hand. Maybe he didn't think about it, or maybe he really didn't have anything. All right, here we are in another game. We've got 3 2-drops, 2 lands. Pretty good. Okay, opponent started with double swamp. Leads me to believe that they have removal. So we'll just play out the Dusk Legion Zealot. Yep, Dusk Legion Zealot dies. They miss a land drop, that's huge. Do the Epicure. Opponent's taking 1 damage. Play the Vampire Socialite. He'll buff the Epicure. And no more removal came out of his hand. That's surprising. Does he hit land number 3? They do find the 3rd land. Unstoppable Slasher. That is an annoying card. However, we have Stromkirk Captain, which counters it very well. Swing our 3/3s with first strike. Maybe he did not realize that we had first strike. Yeah, for him to scoop that quickly, he must not have seen the first strike. A dub's a dub. We'll take it. All right. His opening hand, not bad. I think it's just the Stromkirk Captain. Swing in for 4, set our opponent to 16. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to go for the Dusk Legion Zealot. If we find a 1-drop here, oh, it's so nice. We can play the 1-drop, and then how do I do this? How do I get to choose? I'm going to full control here. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Resolve. We tap down those 3. Go to combat. Swing the Adanto Vanguard. 5/3 first strike. Big damage. Set our opponent down to 10. Okay, they have 4, 5, 6. Like, they can cast like a 7-drop here. Maybe an 8-drop. That puts a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, but that doesn't give you cast triggers. So we're fine. I'm just going to swing out. We'll see how they block. Okay, we go to damage. So I'm just going to play out the 2nd Vanguard. And I think I'm going to use the blood token to get rid of the Nightveil Predator. I'm going to play that for turn. Make another blood token. And end. So he's either got to wait to wipe the board or he doesn't. Playing out the Vampire Socialite to buff the board, I don't think would have benefited us. What's your last card? It's gotta be a big Eldrazi. Maybe like an Ugin or something. Nothing? Alright. Did I have fun in the match? Yeah. Yeah, I felt fine. I was perfectly satisfied with that match. Alright, here we are in another match. Opening hand, I don't love it. No, I got a mulligan. I can't. It's too many 4-drops. This, much better. I'll get rid of the Blood Researcher. Turn 1, Vampire of the Dire Moon. I think probably hold back the Epicure just in case we find Vampire Socialite. Dusk Legion Zealot. We get the draw here. Swing for 1. They're going to board wipe us already, which is annoying. I'll play out the Adanto Vanguard. Swing for 2. End the turn. They want to wipe the board. We can pay 4, keep our Adanto Vanguard around. Union of the 3rd path. Ew. All right, 2nd Adanto Vanguard. Huge. We swing. We have to play it slow, but I really don't want to. I want to drop the Markov Baron. The 1 ring, you're disgusting. Ew. This is such a boring opponent to play against. No attacks. End. Firing Overseer. Okay, it's not the board wipe yet. I think we can just swing out here. And then play the Vampire Socialite after. Pay 4. Make this indestructible. Go to damage. They revitalize. Fine. Go to 17. Play the Vampire Socialite. And we buff our board. End the turn. We activate both Adanto Vanguards. Give them indestructible. There goes a Doomscar. A very boring opponent. Very uninspired. I think I'm going to play the Voldaren Epicure. I want this blood token. I want to find another land. He's going to reprieve my Voldaren Epicure. Okay, I will play him again. We don't get to activate our blood token right now, but that's fine. End turn. Opponent goes to 7. He needs to set up a blocker. It's not a blocker. They gain 7 life here. Play out the Markov Baron. We set him down to 2. We end the turn. He takes 1, goes down to 1. Fumigate, we activate, we keep our Vanguard alive. He gains less life this way. Actually, the fact that he gains less life from the Fumigate was relevant. I was gonna say I could just let it go and he would die to his upkeep trigger from the 1 ring, but he would have gained 2 more life. He would have been at 5, so his ring wouldn't have killed him. And that's it. We won. The Adanto Vanguard, the dual Adanto Vanguards, won us the game against an opponent that I truly hated playing against. Mono white board wipes and the 1 ring. Come on, dude. Look, Approach of the Second Sun is a very cool card. I've built decks around it. I love this card, but I don't play my decks like this. I don't play do nothing, board wipe, board wipe, board wipe, do nothing, play the 1 ring. Like, come on, that's boring. There's no way that's fun or enjoyable for you at all. There's just no way. It sucks for me. It sucks for you. I don't know why people build mono white decks like this. I'm a white player. I love mono white decks. Not like that, though. Not board wipe tribal. Well, I think with that final game, I think I'm good. I think we've had a pretty powerful showing as far as what the deck can do. As you see here on my untapped account, we're now 7-1 with the deck, 88% win rate. If you guys like vampires, I highly recommend that you copy this list. I do. And if you want to upgrade it a little bit more after the fact, hey, that's all you. But I'm telling you, this deck, it works and it's fun and it's really satisfying to see the vampires of the different colors perform in the specific scenarios where they have payoff. Like the Adanto Vanguards winning us the game because it's indestructible. The Nightveil Predator having hexproof and helping us win the game as well. Seeing the synergy between Voldaren Epicure and the Vampire Socialite. Blood Researcher gaining +1/+1 counters from Markov Baron's lifelink and Vampire the Dire Moon's lifelink. Like it's just a lot of cool stuff, man. I'm really proud of this list. I loved this deck. I made it, again, over a year ago, maybe closer to 2. I've loved this deck since then. So thank you guys for joining me on the first of our 30 days of Night. If you thought this deck list was interesting, I will leave a copy of it down in the description for you. And if you have a suggestion about what creature you want to see a deck built around next, let me know. I have a list of about 60 creature types. I'm going to narrow down to 30. But if there's any in particular that you want to see, let me know down in the comments and I will take that into consideration. And if you liked the video, you should like the video. If you liked me, the video, and you like Magic the Gathering, you should consider subscribing because that will get you more of all 3. And with that said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.